Good evening, everyone. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Rameez and I am a filmmaker and a film critic. And today we are reviewing one of my most anticipated films, which happens to be an adaptation of one of my favorite novels. That doesn't rhyme. And that film is called The Martian. The Martian is a film directed by Ridley Scott. Matt Damon is the lead in this film amongst an ocean of star-studded actors, which include Jeff Daniels, I give up. Show and Tell Ejiofor, Jessica Chastain, Kristen Wiig, all in major supporting roles, and in minor supporting roles we have Michael Pena, Kate Mara, and that beautiful, beautiful woman from *Halt and Catch Fire*. Her name is Mackenzie Davis. I am looking for you. You are absolutely stunning. I love you. If I could describe this film in one sentence, it would be that this is a combination of Apollo 13 and Castaway in one film. Mark Watney is one of 5 astronauts, and what happens is a massive storm comes onto Mars and they have to evacuate. People think Mark Watney's dead, but he's not. That's where the Castaway element comes into this story. Now, this is based off a novel, and let me be the first one to say yes, it is not entirely accurate, but not in the way you think. Nothing was changed. A lot of stuff was placed elsewhere, like in marketing campaigns, just like that excellent Aquaman joke. Readers of the book, you know what I'm talking about. The book is a story of humans and humanity, the human condition, the will to live, and the value of life. Those subtexts are all accurately conveyed in this film. And I think part of that has to do with the excellent pacing and direction of this film by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is, of course, my favorite director of all time. He directed my favorite film of all time, Blade Runner. But recently, Ridley Scott's run into kind of a rough patch as he directed the atrocious Prometheus, the god-awful Counselor, and hey, that looks kind of good. Watch my old episodes of Exodus. So I'd like to say this is a return to form for Ridley Scott. One thing that stuck out to me in this film was how expertly they handled the language of this film. Now, you people are aware you're only allowed to use the word fuck once in a PG-13 film. Yet, in The Martian, they sneak it in more than a dozen times. It is through expert planning and direction that they do that. You will see the characters say the word fuck, but you will not hear them. You will see the characters and actors react to something as if they're reading the F word. But so thus, limiting the one usage of the F word to actually one. Now, I saw this film with my parents, and although all the scientific stuff is very easy to follow, as Mark Watney narrates us what he's gonna do step by step by looking into a camera and talking to himself, and in turn us explaining the plot, genius scriptwriting there, by the way, it is kind of overwhelming for the average audience. You do see a lot of Matt Damon doing sciencey shit and talking about science, how he's gonna make water, all cool stuff. Stuff that I love because I'm into science, but I suspect the average moviegoer might have an issue with this. This film needs to be, and I hope it is, an awards contender, man. And I'm really loving this trend that every year around this time we're getting a big space film. In 2013 it was Gravity, last year we had Interstellar, and this year we have The Martian. Whereas Gravity was just plain overrated, and Interstellar, as excellent as it is, was a film of a very broad scope and it didn't revolve around one character. This film is basically about that, bringing a character back to us, about a human and an everyman. Matt Damon and Ethan Hawke are the best everyman actors ever. I hope he gets an Oscar nomination for this, man, but I think it's too normal of a performance to garner an Oscar nomination, but that is the beauty of his performance, that he's normal. This is an impeccable film. I am only going to shave off half a point for the overwhelming sciencey stuff, and yes, I'm going to be calling it that, sciencey stuff. So this film gets a 4.5 out of 5. An excellent film, an impeccable film. Ridley Scott, thank you for making another sci-fi film. And thank you very much for watching this video, people. I really appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button. I will see you again, but remember to love yourselves, alright, you beautiful people? Thank you so much. You have a great night.